What's up, y'all? It's the Chrome Corner. We're back again. It's UFC 271. We've got a pretty exciting main event, in my opinion. Charlie T's not satisfied with the card, but I am interested to see some of these myself. Got some heavy hitters in the co-main, and we've got a long-standing champion in the main event. But we'll get to those in a little bit. Charlie, you're the guest man. What's going on?
Not much, dude. The Bengals are in the Super Bowl, so everything else could be going wrong right now. And if that's what's going right, then I'm happy.
And if I was sitting here with the Steelers in the Super Bowl, I would be feeling the same way. Charlie T's got to give me it because, of course, we're in the same division, the AFC North. I'd say one of, if not the toughest division in the NFL.
The North is tough, dude. The North is tough.
So let's jump in to the main card of UFC 271 and give our picks. So we've got a guy in this first fight that I love watching a lot, which is Bobby Green. He always brings the fight. He's always down to scrap. Just pretty much shy of being ranked for most of his career. Just kind of wins and losses back and forth.
Streaky guy.
Streaky guy for sure. But always fun to watch. And he's fighting against Nasrat Haqparast, who's coming off of a loss actually. But I think it's a pretty solid matchup. Neither guy's ranked. It'll be interesting to see. You're the guest, so you get to pick first. Charlie, who do you got?
Well, I'm taking Green just because of his last performance against Al Iaquinta. I mean, he knocked him out in the first round. And, I mean, this is a guy who fought Habib for the interim, lightweight championship. He's not a scrub. I mean, I know he's on like a 3-fight losing streak, but those are like Cowboy, Dan Hooker. Those are two really good fighters. Mm-hmm. So
toughest real estate agent out there.
Yeah, Nasrat hasn't really done anything to impress me. I mean, I thought he got fucking over pretty well by Dan Hooker in that last fight. So, but I take Bobby Green. I'll take him by decision.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks him out. But decision, unanimous decision. I mean, I'll be honest. My favorite fight of his was when he fought Clay Guida. I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 years ago. It was right in the heart of like COVID. I think it was like May or June or something. He was all over him.
Yeah.
Won by unanimous decision. I just love that performance. Because Guida was a guy I loved watching growing up. He's been around forever. But
forever, OG.
Then he proved it again. He takes down another, stalwart veteran. So, yeah, I'm taking him by decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. He's just always fun to watch. He brings the fight. He's never going to be in there in a boring fight. And I thought that he did, even though he lost, and I agree with the decision, I felt like he fought well against Fiziev, the guy who's coming on strong, and he's, everybody's high on him right now. And I felt like Bobby Green, he definitely held his own in that fight. He was right there throwing with him the whole time, just not scoring enough, I guess. But yeah, so I got Bobby Green too. It's just to differ it up from what you said. I'll go like third round knockout or TKO.
Okay.
Move on to the next fight of the night. We've got Alex Hernandez versus Renato Moicano. Hernandez was one of those guys tried to come on strong, talking a lot of crap to Cowboy, which was apparently the wrong thing to do at the time. When I look at their records and I look at their past fights, Hernandez almost always wins or loses by strikes. He's a heavy striking guy. He doesn't go to the ground that much. He doesn't win by submission like at all, it seems.
Well, he's got 2 submission wins.
Yeah, but just over his whole career, it's not a common theme for him, And I don't think his submission wins, at least not one of them, was in the UFC. I think they were both before.
Both were in lower promotions, and both were rear naked chokes.
Right.
They weren't like, any type of technical move. It was just, he went back and he submitted them.
Right, and Moicano is a submission specialist. All his wins, almost every single win, it's decision or it's a submission. Or he loses by strikes, it seems. So it's going to be a battle of, can Moicano get it to the ground? Can Hernandez knock him out on the feet? I think either can happen. But I'm gonna go with Moicano. I think this one's almost a toss-up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Moicano submission, second round.
Well, I'm actually going to go opposite. I think
Okay.
Hernandez is him in the second round and knocks him out.
Ooh, okay.
I was really impressed with that fight he had against. God, his name's so hard to pronounce. Last name Chris Grutzemeyer. Well, yeah, that was a really impressive fight. The Thiago Moises fight, yes, he, you know, got dominated. I mean, unanimous decision, but came back. I mean, Mike Breeden's not exactly a world class fighter, but that was a strong knockout. I think he's finally getting a stride. I mean, if he can get over the streakiness ever since the Cowboy fight in the UFC, I think he can, actually become somewhat of a not a contender, but a top 15 guy. Somebody who's in that bottom half of the top 15.
Gatekeeper-ish guy.
He's a tough guy. He's never been submitted. Purely why I'm taking him because I feel like his power is going to be too much.
I could see it going either way, so I don't doubt that he lands something on Moicano, especially because we know Moicano has been knocked out.
Yeah, Moicano's been knocked out 3 times.
Right.
Ultimate contrast in style. Like back, you compare it to even like old Pride days when you had, I know it's not a good comparison, you got 155, but like when Krokop fought Minotauro Nogueira, you've got a knockout specialist fighting a submission specialist. Mm-hmm. The knockout specialist is probably going to get a lot more damage in, but if the submission specialist can get you to the ground, who knows what could happen.
Right. You know that Hernandez isn't going to submit Moicano, and Moicano is not going to knock out Hernandez. Yeah. At least most likely not. On to the third fight of the night. We're getting into the guys who are ranked with this fight. We've got Jared Cannonier, who's number 3, and Derek Brunson, who's number 4. Both guys are right there on the cusp of getting a title shot. Cannonier, this is kind of a very... it's 2 guys that are very different style-wise as well. I feel like Cannonier is very striking heavy. He's very powerful, very fast. He's got a long reach. Brunson's got a long reach too, though, and Brunson is the opposite. He's very wrestling heavy. Brunson's a guy who's been fighting for a long time. I think he was a Strike Force fighter from a while back. One of the only guys still around from that time. And so it's one of these guys, it's probably a title fight eliminator, and the next guy is going to get the shot, which will kind of be up to Adesanya or Whittaker, whoever wins that. But so it's back to you. Who do you got and why?
Dude, this was the toughest fight on the card, I think.
Mm-hmm.
By far, because Derek Brunson is fighting so well right now.
Agreed.
The way he fought Darren Till was so impressive.
Very.
I mean, we both picked Darren Till in that fight.
Yeah.
And he came out, he used that reach advantage. His striking was impeccable. He worked him on the ground. He just was all over him.
And Till's an imposing guy.
Yeah, Darren Till, no scrub, dude. I just love the way Brunson's just been bringing it. On the other side, I mean, Kevin Gastelum's no scrub either, and that was Cannonier's last win. I mean, unanimous decision over Gastelum, but I can't pick against Brunson. I just feel like he's on a streak, and I think he'll win it by unanimous decision.
It was a pretty tough fight to pick. In the end, though, I'm gonna side with you on this. I think Brunson's gonna he's gonna get in his bag on his wrestling, and he's just gonna pull out some techniques and some grinding that Cannonier's not gonna be able to stop. I do think Cannonier is quite a bit faster than Till, and so I think he's gonna be able to maybe avoid more of the wrestling, and he may have to shoot more than he did on Till. Brunson will, but I think he gets to it either way. I think he outgrinds him. I love the way he's fighting lately, and I think he's not gonna meet his. In my opinion, he's not gonna meet his match until he gets back to Whittaker or Adesanya.
He can't hang with those 2 guys.
I think it's.
That's something you wanted to know was it will be interesting seeing the reach disparity because Till, I believe, has like a 74-inch reach, if I'm not mistaken, and Cannonier's reach is similar to Brunson's. I know Brunson's around like 77, 78.
Yeah.
So he will. It's going to be interesting to see him adjust to that. I just think pace-wise, if he puts the type of pressure he did on Till on, you can't lose if you fight like that.
Right.
So this is pure speculation, though. I'm not confident in the pick. I think it'll be way.
Yeah. So we both got Brunson on that one. I'm going to go unanimous decision as well. We'll go to the co-main event now. Derek Lewis, number 3, versus number 11, Tai Tuivasa. Both of these guys, heavy hands. We know this is not going to be a wrestling match. This is not going to be anything but other than a slugfest. Tai Tuivasa is kind of making a big jump up to swing at a guy like Derek Lewis. Lewis is swinging pretty far down, but he did come off of a bad loss to Cyril. So, to me on this pick, and I'm going to roll with, I think, the obvious Derek Lewis. I think that they're both heavy-handed. In my opinion, though, Lewis has faced higher level of competition. I think you can't even argue that. And then I think he's got a better chin. And he needs this win more than Tuivasa. If Tuivasa loses to Derek Lewis, what is he? I mean, no one's going to bat an eye at that. He's number 11, you know. He could come right back. But Lewis does not need to lose to a number 11.
Yeah, I think this is just a card filler. You have to get Lewis on the Houston card. I think he could be fighting a better heavyweight, higher ranked heavyweight.
Yeah.
This is going to be a striking contest, and Derek Lewis has a almost 80-inch reach, and Tuivasa has a 75-inch reach. He's going to pummel him.
Yeah, that's tough to get in on. Yeah.
And who is Tuivasa's signature win against?
What's his name?
Greg Hardy.
Yeah, Greg Hardy.
Stefan Struve. Come on, everybody's knocked Stefan Struve. So, again, no disrespect to any of these guys to whoop my ass. Obviously, they're more accomplished at fighting. Second round knockout. I don't understand this fight. Yeah, Derek Lewis, easy.
Yeah, same, man. I agree. I was super glad when Tuivasa knocked out Hardy, but it's not the level of competition. So
no,
we'll
not at all.
We'll skip to what everybody's most excited about, unless you're just a fan of the guys who slug it out, like Lewis and Tuivasa. It's Israel Adesanya rematching Robert Whittaker. I think this is by far going to be the most technical fight on the card. Israel Adesanya is, he's continuing on a path of being one of the legends of the sport. If he continues to do what he's doing, he's right there behind Anderson Silva as far as the greatest middleweight of all time. He's just an impressive guy to watch. Robert Whittaker was the champ before, though, and he's impressive as well, and we'll be able to see what changes he makes tomorrow night. Adesanya is the heaviest favorite on the card in this fight, though. He's a negative 280 favorite. Champ versus number 1, and it's your pick.
Man, this was so tough. Dude, Adesanya is going to do the exact same thing he did to Bobby Knuckles in the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he knocks him out, but it's just a mismatch, dude. Adesanya is so much better than everybody else in the middleweight division. Honestly, the guy's got an 80-inch reach, which is just outrageous. What's Bobby Knuckles' reach? 73? How do you close that gap without getting teed off on by a guy who's got hands like Adesanya? You can't do it. He's perfect for that division because he can just beat up on the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Connor was at featherweight.
Right. Same dominance.
And to be fair, Bobby Knuckles, is one of the best fucking middleweights in the world. It's a shame because, like, Colby Covington is the second best welterweight. They just can't beat number 1.
Yeah, I think if you had if there was no Adesanya and there was no Usman, Covington and Covington and Whittaker beat all of the same guys that those two have beaten. Honestly,
Yeah. And the thing is, I like, I want to give Bobby Knuckles a chance, but I know better. I think Adesanya, the last style bender, knocks him out in the 4th round. I think it goes to the championship rounds, and he just finishes him. I don't think it's a second round knockout like last time, but I do think he finishes him. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to decision, though, and he gets an unanimous decision. But I'm rolling with a 4th round knockout. That reach, he's not going to have any answer for the reach.
Yeah, it's crazy. And his reach in that division. And I can't pick against Adesanya either. I'm going to go with Adesanya. I'm actually going to go just a little bit earlier on than you said. I'm going to go a 3rd round finish, maybe towards the end of the 3rd round. And I really, I like Robert Whittaker. I think he's a good ambassador for the sport. I think he was a good champion. He's not a guy who's going to make the sport look bad in any way. He's in a division with Adesanya, like we said, and his genetic attributes just don't match up very well at all with Adesanya. He would have to be, and he's supposedly a really decorated wrestler over in Australia, but you have to be an amazing wrestler to get in, apparently, to get on there on Adesanya and just put him down and dominate him, or be a lot bigger than him, like a Jan.
Jan exposed Adesanya as a weak wrestler, but he also showed what would happen if he was fighting guys who had his type of a frame. Like he's 6'4". Naturally, most guys who are 6'4" fight at like 205.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fighting smaller guys. He can use that reach. He can use that size to his advantage. And I don't think he'll be up at light heavyweight ever again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It would have to be something that he saw as even more favorable than what he saw with Jan, whatever he thought he saw with Jan.
Hey, Jan got rid of that real fast. But I'll give credit to him all day. I thought Paulo Costa was going to come in there, and I thought that guy was a wrecking ball. The way he ran through Yoel Romero, I thought he was going to come in and take it to Adesanya, and Adesanya whooped his ass.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I picked Adesanya in that. I didn't think that Costa was going to get it done, but I thought he was going to put up more of a fight than he did.
Yeah, dude, that's what surprised me so much. It wasn't even a fight.
His was one of the worst of like the last 5 fights or so of Izzy's. He just absolutely put it to him.
No, that last fight was garbage, though. With Vettori, God.
I still don't think he beat him as bad as he did
No.
Costa.
The thing was, it's like Chael Sonnen was like, I think this fight was a little bit closer than the scorecards. I think it was too, because nothing really happened. It was just like really boring ass fight, to be honest.
Yep.
No disrespect.
So there's our picks for y'all. I think we only disagreed on one, which was the Hernandez-Moicano fight. The rest we picked the same. I think we picked all favorites besides... I don't know who's the favorite in Hernandez-Moicano, but either way, it's probably not that much of a difference in their betting odds.
Is Brunson the favorite?
Brunson is the underdog, actually. So we did pick the underdog. Cannonier is a slight favorite in that one.
We're taking the guy who's got the momentum, though.
The momentum and the wrestler. It's hard to ever, bet against the guy who's got a heavy wrestling advantage. We know how that goes.
You take against wrestler, you lose.
Exactly, especially the guys from that area of the world. UFC 271, Chrome Corner, that's our fight picks. We'll be back soon for y'all. In the meantime, some exciting things to look forward to. We got Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. They're going to be the Ultimate Fighter coaches. That's really exciting. We've got...
That is going to be good. I like the first season, dude. That last season was good.
I didn't like it. I don't think so. We disagree on that. That was not good.
And Ortega was bringing the comedy, man. I loved it.
He was trying to. I feel like it was kind of forced, but I think the girls are gonna. Sometimes the girls are more catty, you know. So I think the girls will be good.
Nobody's more catty than Ronda Rousey and what she was giving Misha Tate shit.
Oh yeah.
God.
There's no attitude like Rousey's though. It seems as far as the females go. But that's exciting to look forward to. Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal is an exciting fight. Possibly a Dustin Poirier, Nate Diaz. Those are some big star names. But
who wants to watch Nate Diaz fight? But all he does is get fucking whooped.
Hey man,
I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of Nate Diaz fans, but the guy's a fucking punching bag. And like all these top guys whoop his ass. Poirier would just beat his ass for 5 rounds.
I think he will too.
Diaz.
I think he will too. I agree with you on that, but I'm always down to watch him fight because he never quits and just keeps on coming forward.
No, he never quits. That guy's got the heart of a lion.
That's for sure. You can't.
Literally, he is somebody that people should look to for inspiration. Like, never give up.
That's right. That's right, man. UFC 271, Chrome Corner, that's our picks. We're out.